Hi everybody.
Hi everybody.
Bienvenidos a otro más video de Bonded Together.
Welcome to Bonded Together for another video. And tonight we wanted to share what we would call some cultural differences.
Yeah, Mexican American.
That we encountered once we got married. Some things, they're not necessarily what I would call pet peeves or anything. They're just stuff that we had to get used to.
Yeah, why I don't like it, he like it.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Stuff that's different, just the way we do things culturally.
Like a beso.
Well, that's all over the world.
No.
Gilbert has his wine tonight. We bought some new wine tumblers. I'm not a wine drinker. I just
Share, my
can't
friends.
get used to the taste. Okay. So let's talk about the first thing. We have a little list here of things. There's 5 things that we could think of that we had to kind of get used to each other, different ways we do things culturally.
Oh, yeah.
The first thing is how we wash dishes, right?
Okay. In Mexico, it's when I don't know, but if you know how money, because it's not a little rich or something, you can use a dishwasher.
The dishwasher?
Yeah, the people rich they have. But if you know how money, you use like a one big bowl, and you put a water, chlorine, and soap. Sorry, sorry for my English.
I love his accent.
Oh, cálmate otra vuelta, ¿sí?
It's so sexy.
Okay, and then you buy one sponge. Yeah, you use it, you take your hand, you clean, you wash all the dishes when you hand. Yes, it. We don't need something using machine for that one. It look more clean for us.
Yeah, so they look at a dishwasher and they're like, why would we use that?
Yeah, exactly.
Even the friends that we have come over, and I'm like, you know, especially the ladies, they come over after a dinner and they're like, immediately go to the sink. I'm like, don't touch anything. We have a dishwasher. But for me, I know some Americans don't use dishwashers too, but for me, if you got it, why not use it?
Okay.
No, but also, aside from the dishwasher part, you know, think back to how we were taught to do dishes here in America, right? So your mom teaches you, you know, fill the sink full of water, put your dish soap in. Some people like to add a little cap of chlorine. And we have a sink full of dishes, right? We just fill our sink full of dish soap water, and we have the side that you wash them in, then you rinse them in, and then you put them in the strainer or whatever, on a towel or whatever.
Oh, you use your wrap?
Yeah, and
I know you use a wrap.
we use a dish
one.
rag.
Never.
Some people use sponges in America, but for them, okay, this is aside from the dishwasher. What they do is take a little, like a Tupperware dish, kind of like just an old bowl, just an old bowl.
Yeah,
and it's not very big, and they just put some hot soapy water in that bowl.
Depende how many dishes they have.
Well, right.
If you have little dishes, you can use that. But if you have many dishes, you need big.
Well, a bigger bowl, right? But they don't put the dishes in the water. That's my point. They take their sponge, dip it in the dish soap bowl, and then they take it out and wash it that way. I mean, I'm sure that conserves water, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to use very much water for that.
No.
Whereas we have a whole sink full of water, you know, to put our dishes in. They don't put dishes in the water. They just take their sponge and wash it that way. And then they rinse it and, of course, dry it, you know, on a towel or whatever. So, but, you know, when he does dishes, he does it his way. When I do dishes, I do it my way. So, and it works. But most of the time, I do the dishes in the dishwasher. So, anyway, that was one little cultural difference, you know. Yeah, it's just the dishes, right? Okay. The second thing that I had to get used to right off the bat was when we would go to birthday parties.
Oh.
And of course, some of you have probably had the Mexican cake that they make. It's usually called tres leches, right? 3 milk. But the first few birthday parties we went to together, And all of a sudden, they sing their little birthday song. Then they start all chanting, Mordida, Mordida, Mordida. And what does that mean in Spanish? Bite.
Bite.
Mordida
Bite.
means bite. And actually, Ricky Martin has a
The
song called Mordida. Look it up. It's really good.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're chanting this bite, bite, bite in Spanish. All of a sudden, so the person whose ever birthday it is, they're supposed to go down and take the first bite of the cake, as part of the tradition. However, the next thing you know, all the friends and buddies are standing behind him, and they push his head down in the cake, so they smash their face right in the cake. And I'm like, what? So first I thought it was kind of maybe just a rare thing until we kept going to birthday party after birthday. Even little kids.
Yeah.
Now they don't.
Little kids.
Yeah.
Not
But they do it. But they don't smash their faces as much as the adults.
Yeah, no much.
But even the little kids, they'll kind of squish them so they'll get a little frosting on their face. And I'm like, this is a strange custom. But they do it at every birthday party.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Everybody doing that.
And of course, whatever part that the person got their face smashed in, they kind of cut that off and put it to the side for him to eat later. Or him or her to eat. Yeah, because who wants to eat after someone's face been in it? So anyway, that's a kind of an interesting custom. But like he was talking about dry cake, he thinks that our birthday cakes are dry.
It's very, very dry.
I do not feel it. I mean, I guess we're just used to it. It's stuck.
Yeah, stuck.
Well, their cake is really, really wet.
Tres leches.
It's dripping wet. And the price is different. A Mexican birthday cake, if you get like a sheet cake, maybe what, like this?
Yeah.
It's probably what, $50 to $100?
Almost.
Whereas we just run down to the local grocery store and get one for $20 and we're good. Right?
It's not tasty the same.
Yeah, I know, and I've gotten used to them. But they're not
taste.
my favorite kinds of cake. But I've gotten used to them over the years.
I agree with that.
Okay, so that's the second thing, birthday cake time. The third thing is Christmas, kind of a different way.
Oh, I love Christmas.
Of course, we both love Christmas, and of course, in America, a lot of times we would have like a celebration on Christmas Eve with one side of the family, for me, for my mom's side of the family, and then on Christmas Day, on the 25th, we would go to my grandmother's house and have a big meal and open more presents. But the 25th was usually the big day, right? Where you wake up on Christmas morning, Santa Claus came, for those that believe in Santa Claus. And we opened all of our gifts. So when we first were married, when I started knowing him, I said,
this conversation make him sad.
I know. I said, what did you guys do for Christmas? And what did you say?
Nothing.
No.
Absolutely nothing.
They didn't. They
not didn't.
Because why?
We are poor.
Yeah, they were extremely poor and didn't have anything. I mean, comparatively, you can't even imagine. I mean, we got a lot of stuff at Christmas. My mom always said she never bought us stuff during the year.
So when we talk in the Christmas,
she would get us more at Christmas.
Asking me, why you bring Santa Claus? Making me a little sad.
Oh yeah, it made him very sad.
But in my house we celebrate Christmas. Well, it's more important. Tante 24.
The 24th.
24.
So
December 24th is more important to Mexico.
Yeah.
Because they come in all the families, and all the families come in one house. And if you have money, you can buy a present for everybody. If you don't have money, only one you to cena,
your dinner,
your mommy dinner. I don't remember, but every time my mom he make a chicken or turkey. And December 24th.
What did you do on Christmas morning?
Nothing.
Nothing? Just sleep
Just sleep.
in the morning?
Because a lot of runs.
Well, yeah. They celebrate on Christmas Eve a lot more. It's more important. And have their family, he said, and they have a meal. And if you have enough money, then they would buy some small gifts for people that. Yeah, and I felt really bad to even ask after he told me that, because I was like, wow, we really take it a lot for granted here in America when it comes to like Christmas and stuff. And I know there are people here too that can't do as much at Christmas, but that even the poorest of the people here in America, it's still so much less in Mexico from what I've gathered from what he's told me and what I've witnessed already. We're used to getting up on the 25th because Santa Claus came the night before. In America, we're used to getting up in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning.
And I liked one day, we did that 1 year together. I made you get up on the 25th and open presents. But we haven't done it besides that because we're usually doing something on the 24th. But I like that tradition, and it's a different way to approach Christmas. So that's why I thought we'd put that on the list. Okay, that was number 3, Christmas. Number 4 in cultural differences is cooking.
Cooking.
Right. So maybe you can explain what you think is different about our cooking.
Well, okay. I don't know if everybody know the Mexican usually using everything fresh. If you cooking like a chicken or fajitas or
empanadas,
like a little quesadilla
or tamales,
they use everything fresh, nothing in the bags and nothing in the can. Right. Salsa fresh. You use tomate, cebolla, tomato, jalapeno, whatever I can use it, but fresh, everything fresh.
So we each cook at different times, and when he cooks, he usually cooks, of course, Mexican food, and when I cook American food. So it's a vastly different way of cooking because, like he said, we do a lot of stuff that's already processed foods, like pre-frozen or stuff in a box or stuff in a can, and we can have dinner on the table in 15 to 30 minutes if we really want to. Whereas they take a lot of time and effort and putting into what they make, and it of course it's going to be a lot better for you and tasting wise.
Yeah, but you don't taste more different.
Oh yeah,
taste more so good.
Definitely,
more.
Definitely.
They don't have a lot of what you call it for the
flavor.
No, for the conservador.
Oh, preservatives.
Yeah, they don't look at now.
No,
they not taste it like that. They taste more everything fresh, and it's healthy for your body.
Yeah, definitely healthier. But it takes a lot of time. So when we both come home from work, and it's close to 6 o'clock, he doesn't have, and he's tired because he works like 12-hour days. We don't have a lot of time for him to be cooking in the kitchen until 10 o'clock. So, and that's usually how long it would take, right? To do things fresh.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay, so that's number 4. Cooking is a little bit of a different culturally between us. And the last thing we kind of have a debate about, he didn't want to put this on here, but when we go out to dinner as a group sometimes with all of our Mexican friends, first of all, whoever does the invitation is usually the person that's expected to pay for everybody. But it's not always that way, but a lot of times that's kind of the way they think about it. And also, even if you do all decide to go somewhere and the check comes, usually one person will grab it and pay for everybody at one sitting. And I'm like, no, we'll pay for our own bill.
Yeah, but it is an effect for all close friends. No,
well, yeah, these are close friends.
All close friends, not for everybody.
But what's different about that is for Americans, and it kind of makes me feel like I'm a little stingy.
Like you not pay for your friend?
Well, exactly. I feel like a little bad, like a little stingy. We typically say just split the bills according to each family. Whereas you guys are like, no, you should pay for everybody. And then the next person, maybe the next time you go out to dinner, then somebody else will do it. Feelings start to get hurt. if you go out another time and then you don't offer to pay or, you know, whatever. To me, I just prefer paying my own bill.
I know.
Right?
Sí, cuenta separada, please.
Yep. Separate bills, please.
Separate bills, please.
But those are the 5 things that we kind of came up with that were culturally different. They're not pet peeves or things that bother us, but they're just things that are different that we kind of had to get used to between our 2 cultures. I'm sure there's other things if we thought.
We had another one.
Yeah, there's other things. But those were probably the main ones that I could think of that are a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I love being married to somebody from a different culture. It really opens your mind to other people, other customs, right? Other way of doing things.
I love the culture American too. I love it too.
Yeah, because you can learn different things about people.
Exactly. I love hamburger, papas fritas.
All the bad stuff.
All the
we have all the bad food.
Queen.
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen. Yeah, I love the American food too.
Yeah. But we love having you with us, and we thank you very much for watching our videos. If you haven't seen some of our previous videos, some of them are kind of crazy, but we'd love to have you watch those as well. Well, this weekend we're going to be making we're going to Pride here in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be making a video for that whole day of our adventures there. Yeah. We love to go to Pride here at Indy. Anyway, thanks for watching tonight with us. And if you're new to our channel, we'd love to have you as a subscriber. So please go down and hit the subscribe button and that bell notification to get notified when we have new videos. In Spanish, you want to say it to everybody in Spanish?
Okay. Gracias por ver nuestros videos. Y les vuelvo a repetir, no se olviden suscribirse, activar la campanita para recibir nuevos videos. Este es Troy and Gilbert and Banda.
Bonded
together. Bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys. Hasta la vista.